5 seconds remaining.
再见了，宝贝儿！
Team
再见了，宝贝
Secrets
儿！
turn to ban. OG's
这
turn
波
to
不亏
ban.
，666。
Team Secrets turn to ban.
Really nice gameplay from NIP. That back and then come back in. Like catching out GH on the back lines, not letting GH go crazy on them is the best way to play against Liquid. Secret. No, Liquid.
Ten seconds remaining.
Right.
5 seconds remaining.
We call it.
OG's turn to ban.
Yeah. Get all those viewers. Come here, boys. Secret versus O fucking G. Unreal.
10 seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to ban.
Alright, that's going on.
Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
Hello and welcome back to the Epicenter EU closed qualifiers best of one group stages to what may be the most exciting group of the most exciting match of the group stages. This is a pretty important match. OG and Team Secret both one game away from making it through to the majors. Just straight up, the top team from these groups makes it through without any playoffs needed, and both of these teams are the two top ones. So a win here for either team would send them through to the major. My name is Nomad, and joining me today, well, he's Divine in the streets and Herald in the sheets. It's my Farrah. How's it going, dude?
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, bringing it back.
Yeah, I'm doing well. This is a really exciting game. Like you've said, this is everything now. You can chuck all the other games out the window. This is the most important one because whoever wins this gets to the major. So this is where you want to be. Tell your friends, tell your family.
10 seconds.
Everyone needs to watch this.
This is going to be an insane match. I mean, I think everybody probably is going to be watching this. It's, and it's a best of one as well. Like, it's so rare to see these teams kind of face each other in such a high stakes best of one match. They're so used to these best of three series and everything like that. But this is going to be certainly an interesting one with the minds of Puppy and Notal clashing against one another. So I'm just excited.
It's really interesting. You see OG ban Rubik out, so Team Secret say, well, there's this really strong hero in the pool that you've already taken a counter away for, so we'll just take it for ourselves. We've picked up the Enigma.
10 seconds.
We've seen Zai play the Enigma, but Yapsor could also play it as well.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a flexible pick for them. They can bring it either way they want. If they want the Enigma to solo lane up versus somebody, then obviously they can do that. Or if they just want to siphon off some creeps and bring that aggro back in their favor and have something like the Sand King for Zai, that is also an option for them. But I think it's likely that OG will take the Sand King right now.
Drow's still in the pool as well, though.
It didn't work out well for them earlier today, did it?
No, it didn't. And that's the thing. Like, people talk about, beating strats and the mental warfare behind it. It's a thing. Like, if OG lose a game against Drow, they're like second guessing themselves about whether it's a good hero to pick, but they stick to their guns. I like this from OG. I've seen them win so many games with this hero already. They know it can work, so why not just pick it again?
Yeah, sometimes the burnt child can be afraid of the fire, but OG do run back in with the Drow Ranger, not letting their confidence be taken down, and the Enchantress as well, another favourite of this team. A lot of heroes, a lot of players not so confident in the Enchantress pick these days, but OG's still rocking it. Kind of like a new Chen, almost.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's the purge mechanic from the enchant that's the biggest thing as well. There's not many things in Dota that purge. Obviously, Noto likes his Abaddon as well, and guess what that also does? I don't think that's don't think that's a surprise.
5 seconds.
No.
Or a coincidence at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So already you can. There's not much to purge off so far, but of course, there's a ton of different things come, which I'm sure will come to play. Just restrict a lot of your picks, like the Monkey King, for example, won't be seen. I don't think if I don't think Team Secret will take that hero because you just get your Jingu purged off and then you've a bit of a lemon.
The other thing is that Darks is still in the pool as well, so that's another reason
Team
why.
Secret second pick Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
Well, it's a hero which can get on top of the Drow Ranger if he's allowed him to. If they don't have the sight for him, then he can certainly get on top of her and kind of chase her around in these fights. Kind of suggests that they're looking to go ganking, looking to really take the fight to OG, which doesn't surprise me when they pick up this Drow Ranger. This track going to give them the extra money for the kills, and definitely looking to make use of that.
The Enigma Bounty Hunter is quite a greedy combo, though, in general. Not the strongest laning heroes early on. We've seen Puppy play the Bounty Hunter in the past as well, so I'm interested to see how they end up playing both these heroes and what roles they end up being on. So we've talked about the Enigma being a 3 or a 4, and the Bounty Hunter could be a 3, 4 or a 5. It's a really greedy 5, but it can work. Interesting. And I think every time we've seen Drow picked up today, we've seen the Necro banned out in the second stage. People just don't want to play against this hero when they have to deal with the Drow aura as well.
Yeah, and we can forgive that. It's very annoying just giving him that extra right-click potential with the damage output and all that. Laning potential as well it's significantly improved because it's one of his weakest things in lane is how bad his attack speed is, which of course Drought fixed up that hole. Now the one thing I'm looking at OG right now is they're pretty light on the whole stun side of things. That is the flip side of picking this Enchantress, but then again it's the same thing with Abaddon, and OG are very used to playing these kinds of drafts, so I'm sure they'll be able to fill in this hole in the next picking phase.
I love that Storm ban from Team Secret as well. I've been seeing so many Storm games recently, and when you get the attack speed from the Drow aura, it just makes this Storm go absolutely crazy. Like, you don't think about Storm needing attack speed as a hero, but he deals so much like raw, magical damage that when you give him the extra attack speed to increase his physical damage as well, he gets out of control sometimes.
Alright, so another ban for OG, but what heroes are we expecting from these two teams right now? I mean, the Earthshaker is still quietly making his way through this draft, and OG have the next pick, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for that for Jerax.
Earth Spirit's still in the pool as well, which is obviously an old school Jerax favourite. I think he's played Tiny in the past too. All decent options. What did he play earlier today? It was
OG's turn to pick.
Nagaban. Interesting. People, when they play Drow Ranger, have been banning out Naga a lot of the time anyway. Drow Ranger doesn't really deal with the split push very well. Obviously, you can build Ags to help clear through the illusions and whatnot, but it's not easy. You don't really want to be building on that way on Drow Ranger if you can get away with it. For Secret,
10 seconds remaining.
It's really difficult to call Secret's picks because their draft's still so open.
5 seconds remaining. Team Secrets.
They never want for the conventional, they never want to be predictable either, but it is going to be a Topson Pangolier for OG, something which may be predictable. They really like picking up this little furry guy in the middle lane.
OG's
could be Jerax Pango at the same time though on the POS 4, and I was about to say, when you see this Pango, you really want to make sure you pick up some catch for yourself on Secret. We saw Puppy play it last game. This is nearly like 9 times out of 10 going to be his hero again. Could be the Bounty 5 in the line 4. They might swap things around. We'll have to see, but you just want to make sure you have control of that Pango, because otherwise he's so slippery and just plays the map so quickly.
Remaining.
And we saw an awesome performance from Puppy last game on that Lion. Hopefully trying to get the same thing going again. Is it going to be? Is this going to mean it's going to be Enigma on the 4 position, taking the creeps away from the Bounty Hunters off lane?
Oh, I mean, I would imagine it's going to be Enigma Bounty as the 3 and the 4. What way round they do it is up to them, but it's probably more likely to be Bounty 3, just because he has high armor to survive in the laning stage. And
that's true, and it's purely right click.
People talk about his drafting and everything, and about how amazing he is at that, but people forget how good of a player he is as well. And we saw that last game on his live.
They sometimes do, and they're quickly reminded.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. And talking of beasts, we have a Beastmaster picked up by OG for the offlaner, so Seb on the beast. And Morphling immediately taken in response by Team Secret. So you can see the swashbuckle on Morphling turn into the Pangolier. It's a really nice hero to jump into. The Drow kind of is good as well for the aura sometimes. Just smash that E button and then turn back to Morphling. But yeah, I think it's more just... Well, what you explain the Morphling pick.
I think Morphling's picked up against Drow Ranger a lot of the time just because it's a natural Manta builder anyway, right? So the only thing he has to worry about this in the moment this game is this Beastmaster Roar. Like, there's not a huge amount of solid lockdown for this morph, so Secret a win condition as well. It's one of Nisha's best heroes, if not arguably his best hero. Apart from, I would argue, possibly the Deuce is his best, but he's just so comfortable. You know, in a best of one scenario, you want to put people on their comfort heroes if you can.
Yeah. Just set yourself up for an easy, no pressure, simple game. But it is never going to be that when these two teams come up against each other. And now with these final picks coming through, OG have the 10th pick, so they can pull out the ace in the hole if they have one. They're still looking for... I mean, they've actually left Jax's hero until last, and... Although Team Secret seems to think it's going to be Jax on the Pangolier. Of course, he can play the Pango. They do swap it up quite a lot, actually, don't they?
I think they need another answer to the Morphling, and I think that's more... Well, that's easier to pick in a core hero like OD. But he's pretty good against Morph in general.
Already banned out, though, unfortunately.
Exactly, but that's why they've banned it, I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a natural Hex builder as well, which Morph would have struggled with.
Alright, what do you think Team Secret's going to pick right now?
Need a
mid laner.
Mid one hero. Monkey King's banned. What else does mid one like? I mean, TA's still in the pool, which is a possibility. We've seen mid one own on TA today, I think, a couple of times already.
Go for the Razor, but it's not really a mid one hero. I think you'd prefer to see him on something a bit more active.
He is very good at that.
Well,
hero,
I mean,
they just put the Pango mid against the Razor then, and it kind of...
A bit more mechanical, I guess, is what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. They've got a lot of time still on Secret. They've saved a lot of their reserve time for here. What else have we seen mid one play recently? I wish I had like a mid one profile up on my screen at the moment.
Probably should. Probably should.
I probably should, yeah, you're right. The thing is, mid one's hero pool is so flexible as well. Like, he's so good on so many heroes. Like, we used to see him playing Invoker all the time as well, which, I mean, technically he could do here, but it would be super greedy. Maybe like a Quasrex Invoker, but I think it's more likely to be something like a TA, something that can be active early on, pressure the map hard. I think you want something that links up with the Bounty Hunter to abuse this track potential as well, to get early track kills going for your team.
Okay, something very important I've just been messaged, by the way. The rules actually state that if teams have an equal amount of points and compete for the first place, they should play a tiebreaker best-of-1 match.
Ooh. That makes things a lot more interesting.
It does indeed. So where does that put us now?
Okay, so if Secret win, they'll just...
They're top. There's no way. Even if OG beat Akin, that'll only bring them up to 5-2. Meanwhile, Secret will be at 6-1. However, if OG win this, then they bring it to a best-of-1 decider, provided they are able to beat
Akin as well.
And yeah, but Secret, they have one more game to play, right?
Oh, this is their last one. I'm pretty sure.
It's their last one. Okay.
This is it's still a big game, but we could see another best-of-1 again if OG win this game between the two. Right, they go for the troll, by the way. I don't mind this hero too much. We've seen this hero quite a lot against the Drow Ranger, and we talked about their lack of control. Like, when the troll pops ulti at the moment, they need more lockdown available to deal with this.
What? Where's this guy going?
Is it Silencer Core? It's Topson playing Silencer.
It's Topson Silencer. This is it, and this is very interesting. Well, we're used to seeing these kind of ace in the hole picks coming out for Topson. These just weird heroes, you know. He's pioneered a lot of these interesting picks at mid, and that does not stop today.
If you've never seen a core silencer with Drow Aura before, it's revolting. You're all going to be a little bit sick. It's horrendous because this hero does so much damage with max glaives. It's crazy. And if he builds, like, it's pure damage as well. So against Morphling, it's a natural hex builder. It's pure damage, so you don't care about the armor. It's a really good pick, but I'm interested to see if they can make it work. That's still the most important thing.
Of course, always, especially picking it into Team Secret as well. Is it desperation or is it just galaxy brains? It's really difficult to tell, and we won't know until we get into the matchup here, but I'm certainly excited to see Topson mid versus mid 1 Troll Warlord. Just a complete different... How does this matchup go, Mo? Do you know?
Oh, what, the Silencer Troll matchup?
The classic?
Yeah, the classic. I would imagine Troll does okay. Silencer doesn't seem like the strongest hero early on, but I think as the levels go, as the levels come online, Silencer should start to dominate the lane a little bit more with each level.
Alright, well, it's
I'm honestly unsure, though.
That is a lot of Pangolier games.
Oh, that's not Pango games, that's all games altogether.
Oh, okay.
But that's still a ridiculous win rate. That's like 4,300 wins and less than 3,000 losses.
These guys are pretty good at the old Dota 2 game. As we get into this best of 1 series, it is Team Secret versus OG. In this best of 1 game, if OG win, they will bring it to a best of 1 tiebreaker and have to play each other again, provided they play against Ekin later on and I believe they have to beat Ekin, right?
Yes, they do, yeah. Even if they win this game, they still have to win their last game too. Topson, some monkeys. Good for him. And look at his item build on Silencer. It's all about CSing in the lane at the start of the game.
Wow, that's
mantles.
That's a lot of mantles. This reminds me of Skywrath, you know, just whacking up that in as high as you can. 63 damage to start this off, and Glaives of Wisdom as well if you really need them. So Topson going to be hitting like an absolute truck coming out of the base here.
I feel like this Morphling up in the top lane from Secret, if they secure the Morphling's lane early on, they can basically just leave the Morphling to 1v1 the Beastmaster while the supports roam around the map, and Nisha will be absolutely fine. Like, all he needs is like a level or 2 advantage, and all of a sudden the Beastmaster's really going to struggle.
I just want to point something out here as well. I'm just double checking the standings, and if OG beat Aachen later on and beat Team Secret now, then they don't have to play Secret again. They just get straight through. So they're currently 5-1. Yeah. Yep. That's if they beat Aachen, yeah. Meanwhile, Enchantress has to back away from this bottom lane as they will not be able to secure an extra bounty rune for themselves, but still grab themselves up 3, which is pretty damn good. Again, Secret, you know, they did this last game as well, just leaving the bounties in favor of hiding the lanes, I think. I'm not sure. And Notel actually buys an early smoke here. Obviously not coming out to him just yet, but comes in to throw a bit of harass at Zai as well. Zai with a Janada. Give me your money.
Yeah, the best thing about the early smoke pickup from Notel is that it puts it on cooldown straight away. So obviously smokes have a long cooldown, they're 10 minutes each. So if you buy one instantly, the third one in the shop will instantly start refreshing up again. Zai's loving stealing Notel's gold here, huh?
Yeah, he's just chasing him around. Give me that money, Notel. Thank you very much. It's kind of annoying, and I kind of come in and help out his support, but Zai not really doing a lot when it comes to the actual lane here. Not contesting Anna. Anna's she's just got herself a Rylai Battle Blessing token. It's getting extra profit from this lane, not just in-game, but also out of it. Meanwhile, Pangolier is dropping a little bit low here in the top lanes, Puppy and Nisha. Puppy will find him. He's got the spike as well. Does Nisha want to come over? He doesn't actually have the waveform yet, still level 1. So Jarex will just swashbuckle himself away, clearing himself out, and should be okay. Yeah, Puppy can't chase any longer, so Seb babysat quite nicely in this lane right now.
Jax really needs to make the most of these early levels though on the Pango, because this lane's only going to get really more and more difficult for him to gank. If he gets like a lucky shot silence proc, then maybe they kill the morph, but it's not likely.
Alright, let's stop teasing everybody. Let's go over to this middle lane as we have Topson playing up versus the Troll on the Silencer and see how things are going over here. Well, it's a pretty even start as things get out of the base here. Currently 8-3 on Topson, meanwhile 7-2 on mid 1, so not a big lead as of yet. So if this pick was meant to completely destroy the Troll Warlord from level 1, not quite doing that so far.
That's 2 points in Glaives now though. Watch how much damage they do to the Troll. He gets the last hit off onto them.
Last hit onto the Troll.
It's 45% of the extra int. He's got 45 in.
Yeah, let's see here. He's just going for the deny, but the axes will get it instead. Anyone just taking no chances with that one. He's doing very well on this lane to start things off. That's pretty painful. Extra 20 damage on top of those, it looks like.
Down in this bot lane though, like Zai's quite happy with this lane going the way it is. He's just hit level 3 under his tower. And, but unfortunately, this Ench is just following Yapso around the jungle, so Yapso has to move over to the top half of the map. Zai's lane might get a little bit more difficult now because of that. This rain tree's not constantly getting denied anymore.
He really wants to find himself a bit of money in this lane, because right now, whilst he's been stealing some from Notel a little bit, that's about all of its income. Currently sitting on 7 and 0, which is not great when you look at Anna's 12 and 2 as it stands, so...
Well played by Zai, he just goes and blocks the camp as well. Stop Ench having the possibility of getting another big creep.
It's funny up with Zai right now. Has a bunch of Invisible on the courier, but no courier brought to him as of yet.
OG are playing this top lane really well. Seb has 17 last hits, Tanisha's 9, and you see
they're playing every single lane well. Yeah, they want to dive the tower a little bit here, closing the gap onto Puppy. Nisha coming in from behind, morphing a bit of strength to try and do some damage and present a threat, but it's not going to happen. OG draw first blood onto Puppy, but Nisha looking for Jerax as a return kill, will find that, and Seb's got to be careful as well. He runs himself away, doesn't really want to give himself to Nisha as well, and popping that salve as well just to get himself nice and healthy, but still first blood going the way of OG, so they are going to be happy with that trade, I would imagine.
Yeah, but at the same time, Nisha missed the whole wave under tower because of the diving, so...
Meanwhile, mid Thompson taking a couple of axes here from mid one. Will be forced back a little bit from the lane here, but now turning around with these glaives. Mid one, though, not scared, coming forward with the axes. Thompson fighting up, but there's the fairy fire coming out from mid one, and kill will find the kill onto Thompson.
Yeah, well played by mid one. A bit scary, and guess what spawned in the bot lane?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Lucky for
attack.
him. Well, they see it.
Ooh, dreamy.
Nice region.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gets the kill, doesn't even need to bring a salve out. What a lucky lad.
Puppy harassing up Jerax a little bit. Nisha just going to take care of the ball, but Seb says there's another one. So finding their space, I'll stun that one up. They know they can't be slowed too much. Nisha having to morph strength here a little bit. They're doing a bit of damage with the Hex onto Pangolier. Let's control that up a bit with the silence strike coming in. Who's going to die first? It's going to be Jerax going down first, but Nisha in response. And that's a lot of gold going to Seb. He's now chasing Puppy as well, just telling him to get out of his lane. Seb assorting his dominance up here as he brings down Nisha. A very worthwhile trade for OG once again up here at top. Just taking the favourable trades each and every time. Meanwhile, Notel grabs this bounty rune. None of the others actually touched right now. It's 5 minutes in and these top runes are just ignored.
I'm surprised Puppy didn't go and try and grab at least one, but Jerax is going to gobble those up very happily.
Yep, and probably be a bit surprised this one's still lying here, but there you go. Nice and aged now as well.
Notel takes over the catapult in the bottom lane as well from the 5-minute spawn, and the Radiant's coming as well. You can't see this tower living for very long.
No, you cannot. Although the siege creep doesn't. Oh yeah, you can just refresh it with the enchant, can't you? So
yes,
plenty of damage for this tower with the precision aura. And Zai once again steals a bit of damage and gets back to the tree line here. Just trying to be careful. They don't do a lot of damage to him because, of course, he does have a ridiculous amount of armor under this tower. Actually, sitting at 11.
Yeah, well played by Yapsor just to rotate over to make sure that tower doesn't fall down. It's down to 300 HP though. It's very low.
It's really low.
Just another 6-minute bounty rune. Okay.
Up at top, Nisha. It's so hard for him to lane out versus Jerax with his swashbuckle, honestly. Sun comes out though. Pangolier, Jerax, he's in some trouble here. In fact, he's gone. He's coming a little bit too far forward. Yeah, I did. Sorry, man.
Don't say sorry to me. You need to all.
Oh, I wasn't.
Right
I wasn't. Meanwhile, Zai just hanging around in this bottom lane, just stealing as much gold as he can. They're going to pop the dust here with the Hellbound Smasher. It helps slow him down a little bit, but the damage is just so lacking from these two. They're trying to run him down, but Zai just running himself away. Yeah, these Eidolons really getting to work on Notel and Anna. Anna, got to be careful as a Midnight Pulse comes down. Get yourself away. The right clicks. Is it going to be enough? There's no more Malefice charges, and Yapsol's actually the one who's going to drop out of turns around to get the kill. And now the silence out onto the Bounty Hunter, but he's still running Anna down. Anna's got the shrine. Can he make it? The slow comes out from Notel, and now they can look to turn this one around. A sentry is planted, and Anna turns around again to grab the kill, doing naughty work on this Drow Ranger. Goodness.
UG do really well in their lane so far, just securing 2 kills himself in the bot lane. They're a little bit more greedy with this. Easily doing that, especially with the Drow being level 6 now. You can one-hit the Enigma's Helm of Dom Creep. Not as easy as most games for Yapsor here.
Yeah, it's pretty painful as Jarek Smokes get popped by Zai. And Zai, they do actually see him under the sentry, which Notel just placed here, so Zai not really knowing what to do with himself, running around in circles. He's just going to be dropping here. Another death for Zai. I say that, the stun comes in from Puppy, but it's not enough to keep him alive.
These boars are chasing Puppy, but...
They do so much damage.
Wish they would fix this hawk animation. It's so triggering. Yeah.
That's how hawks fly, actually.
Oh, do they actually?
Yeah, they kind of like hummingbirds, but very big.
Oh, right, okay. What's Thompson doing on this silencer? We haven't talked about him in a little while. He's actually gone full null talismans with all those mantles of intelligence, by the way.
You know it, baby. Yep, Robert the Magi, all the null talismans. This guy is a smart dude. Hasn't really rotated in for any kills to get that sweet +2. But it's
hasn't taken a point in his E just for the silence with the last word, but he's going full on lane domination build.
Do you think it's an Aghanims game, the silencer?
He will. I think he'll build it eventually, yeah. Because
absolutely.
It's such a huge amount of damage.
And you've got the Drow as well for the extra silence. Just in case you don't know, because it's not exactly popular, Silencer's Aghanim Scepter allows him to pierce BKB inside his glaives and also do double damage to heroes who are silenced.
Just crazy, by the way. If it's Morphling, it's going to have, like, sometimes we see Morphling build the Manta and then just build really heavily in stats, but he needs a BKB this game, because if he gets silenced once and hit by those glaives, oh my god, will it hurt. Thompson will
it's gonna get mad. It's if we get there. I mean, there's a lot of Dota to go before we can look at stuff like that coming out. I mean, how early will he build it? It'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, that's for sure.
I think you probably want some kind of maneuverability item on the tops in this game. Like, you'll probably build into the Hurricane Pike at some point. Possibly...
Yeah, you don't really want to be in a situation where mid one just jumps into every fight and chases you down with his ultimate. That's not a happy situation for the silencer. Does not spark joy.
I like this move a lot from OG. They've pushed Anna towards the top lane and they're giving Jerax a little bit of farm mid there. But looking for him to come top, they've sensed some kind of fight breaking out here, especially around the 10-minute bounty rune spawn.
Bottom tower has been denied.
This time Secret will grab up their bounty runes, so it makes it 3 for OG, and only mid one actually edging to. Wait.
Middle tower is under attack.
Oh, I thought someone grabbed that at top. Never mind.
I find it interesting that they've given Notel space to hit level 6 really quickly. I mean, this Ench does a huge amount of damage, especially with the precision aura, and even though it's just a position 5. Thought they might want to give the space to the Pango
Zai
instead.
hunting Anna a little bit here. He's got Set behind him though, so this could be dangerous for Zai if they go in for this one. Manisha turning into the Drow, but the silence comes out from Anna first, and I get back away. Actually, they throw the Raw onto the Morphling here. Can they finish him off before he morphs back into Nisha? No, they cannot. And now the Strength Morph comes in, and it's still Anna who's in trouble, but thankfully Jarrett comes rolling through to save out the Drow Ranger. But look towards Zai, mid one as well, forced to pop that ultimate. Hanging in under the tower though, he's almost certainly dead when he comes back in. Meanwhile, Nisha back in the Drow form, just getting off that damage. Mid one will fall, and now the Global Silence comes out. They're trying to bring down the Lion before he can turn around and get the stun off, and it's not going to happen. Notel with the impetus does the damage, and now Silence as he finds Morphling. Morphling, they're trying to bring him down, getting close onto him here, but he can wave form off into the trees, TP himself out. They don't have anything to stop this happening, so they'll wave goodbye to Morphling. Zai in the trees still, hanging himself around. Doesn't really look like they can go for this. The Hawk will see him, but there's nothing really they can do, although they've got the dust. Never mind, they've got the dust on Jerax. Yeah, now they can just chase him down, but they're going to stop.
Yeah, they needed another proc there for the kind of kill chance, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he Seb got the ball on him quite quickly enough. Maybe. No, I still think it, yeah, as you say, the proc was needed because Bounty Hunter is pretty fast.
Yapsor at the same time, he's going to get this tier 1 in return. Not really.
Yeah, so it's not an empty trade, but it's not a good trade. Now 3k gold advantage for OG. They are the winners of this laning phase, but not by much. Very close game still, especially with Yapsor taking that tower and bringing the net worth advantage to only 2k gold. Beastmaster, he's actually going for this Necro book as well, so realizing that there's not that much wave clear on Secret, at least enough for him to warrant going for this this Necro book, and of course does give you the True Sight as well, which can often be overlooked, but very nice versus that Bounty Hunter.
What level's Puppy? Puppy is level 6 now. I think he took the tome, but they really need to try and play around this finger and get a kill. If the Bounty Hunter and the Lion smoke up or something, they have a lot of burst damage between the two that they can find kills. It's just very difficult with OG grouping up in large numbers at the moment to find a singular pickoff.
They're heading up to top right now.
Look at Thompson's iron build, by the way. He's going so stat heavy with this ATOS build next as well.
Okay, so the ATOS is the answer. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of similar in the same vein of the 4 stuff. You know, you can stop the troll. Meanwhile, at the top, they actually get a kill onto No-Tail here, but they're keeping the troll locked down. Jarax has him in the stairwell here. Seb's got the roar. Does he want to use it? Doesn't seem like it. Yes, he will. Use it onto Yapsor, actually, with the jump coming through. Silences up mid one, but he does get the ultimate off just afterwards, and now the ultimate comes out from the Enigma, but immediately silenced off by Topson down in the bottom lane. Mid one getting low, but still fighting up into Seb. Seb fights one, but then dies himself to the troll. Wall as they jump in to blow up Banner as well. Nisha joins the fight at just the right time, and they get the kill onto the Drow Ranger. OG get very, very greedy and try to take a fight 3 on 5, and it does not work out in their favor. That is a danger of fighting around shrines. Not even once.
Yeah, I mean, they get the global silence off, but without Topson in the fight doing huge amounts of damage, they kind of lack that bite. You know, the Rolling Thunder's already been used. They use the Roar, but there's not a huge amount of follow-up damage coming through, especially with No-Tail getting blown up by the finger at the start of the fight. You know, if there were impetuses there, then maybe they could finish somebody off. And, mid one doing huge amounts of work in that fight as the troll.
Yeah, the ultimate just keeping him alive for way longer than he should have, and I think his ultimate was actually off for quite a while there, but they didn't just have the damage to finish him. Meanwhile, Topson, he's just farmed up this game. He hasn't really been involved in any of these fights, waiting for this ATOS, I would suppose, before he gets involved, and now might start joining the party a little bit.
I love that he has to switch all his stat items out when he shrines to get full efficiency. It takes
full
like 2
efficiency,
seconds
boy.
itself.
Yeah, Zai stalking Topson here. Might find the courier if they're not careful. Does do it, and that is the ATOS from Topson, which he was waiting for such a long time. And now you're going to have to wait an extra 3 minutes, my friend.
So don't worry, guys. I'll join the fights now. I've got my ATOS. Oh.
Well, they might get the return kill onto the bounty hunter here. Jarax just holding on to the Rolling Thunder. I mean, he's not actually using it. He's just taunting the guy as No-Tail does the job with the impetus. A lot of damage coming out from this position 5 Enchantress. Sprink.
Goddamn Enchantress. Possibly my most hated hero in the game.
She's great. Leave her alone. And, Roshan? Is that you? Yeah, the glaives, the procs from Anna, it's just not lasting 2 seconds, and Topson's now got to grab himself an Aegis. They're really believing in the Topson 1 position. Meanwhile, Jarax is just jumping all over the troll. Whoa, they get it! Just the 2 supports! Jarax and No-Tail tag team down mid one, who gets carried away in the bottom lane.
I mean, this is the power of the POS 5 edge, though. Like, the damage output at the start of the game is humongous mid lane.
And Topson just manning up on the Enigma here, gonna take it down. Look at the damage outputting from Topson right now. He just takes down 2. The glaives, it's just tearing through their very souls. Dire's watching, but can't do anything here as this tower is just getting eaten alive. They actually find the dust. They grab the bounty hunter here, but they don't have the catch for him. Meanwhile, Nisha farming nearby. He's just looking for a Yasha, the poor guy. Oh my god. Jarax takes a ton of damage from that adaptive strike.
You're gonna keep going? Like,
don't think so. Yeah, they're pushing out bottom with No-Tail right now. But you were saying that earlier the gank onto mid one was the power of the Enchantress, but I'd actually, it's the power of the Enchantress and the Pangolier. This support duo is brutal. The lockdown which the Pangolier was offering, like if the Troll Warlord has a second to get ultimate off in that situation. I'm not sure if it was still on cooldown or not, but even the axes to cause a mischance onto No-Tail, anything like that, the gank becomes so much harder, but the Pangolier just completely locked him down.
If you ever get a silence proc on the Pango onto the Troll as well, his life becomes so much more difficult. Like, he's going to build this BKB now because he needs it, but he's so far away. Especially with how quick OG are playing the tempo here.
These glaives are beautiful.
Tower!
Yeah, this is looking scary.
No-Tail's edge, like creep Harvey. He's just refreshing all of them over and over again.
There's so many creeps from all of them here. They've they don't. I thought they had a Helm of the Dominator on Seb. They don't.
But what is this damage?
It's gone. The tower is gone. Secret, your base. It's under attack, guys. They are making their way over, and Topson actually takes a ton of damage. He gets fingered as well, but don't forget he has his Aegis and Nisha. He's got to get himself away. He does manage to back himself out as the Aegis is dropped, and now mid one zoning back the rest of the team. They got to try and help out Silence, but somehow Topson's in some trouble. Jarax comes rolling in, but immediately with a back hop, but immediately cancelled again by Seb. He manages to get a roar for time. Topson's still trying to get off as much time as he can before he dies, but die he will. Nisha finding up in the middle of everybody trying to bring down Seb, and Zai's here to play catch as well, but meanwhile, Yapzor and Puppy both get brought down. Zai should be able to to find Seb here and does do so successfully. Meanwhile, Jarek's TPing out in the trees. Zai finds another Seb brought down in the TP, cancelled on No Tail as well. Nisha's on top of him. Zai joining up as well. Doesn't have mana for the track, so it's going to be a bit of a run through the trees, but Zai will get it with the Janada. Secret with the high ground defense is absolutely perfect. They don't land a great black hole. It gets cancelled out immediately, but they just didn't need it. They just control up the fight in exactly the right way, and Nisha and Zai, the absolute winners of that fight. In fact, one of the only 3 surviving members of the entire game. The other one being Jarax, who managed to sneak away in the trees with a TP. But my god, what a slaughterfest so far.
Zai just had 3,000 gold at the end of that fight. I mean, they were all track kills, I think, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's such a huge swing for Secret in terms of their favour.
Even already, look at this net worth graph. It's just a plummet. I'm sure that'll update shortly.
It looks so good for OG at first, but the problem with Silencer is with his item build, he actually just stand there. You know, we talked about the maneuverability. When Nisha goes on him, he basically just has to stand there and just hope that he can out DPS anything that's coming his way. Like, he has the Aegis, but after that, you know, he was stuck in a really awkward position. Rolling Thunder came through as well, disrupting the black hole after the roar, but just wasn't enough.
It somehow wasn't enough. I mean, they looked so good when they were taking those buildings, and, you know, they did take the tier 3. Shrines are now an option-ish, but with the gold advantage actually swinging to Secret right now, it's not really the case, but they're going to look for some more action here. But Puppy's actually found an invis rune on the front lines here, so if he pops a smoke, that would be great, but he actually moves himself away. They seem to be evading it. Look at that ping there. They actually see the sentry ward coming down. They know they're smoked up. The golem's coming out of the smoke is a bit of a giveaway, so I'm just going to sit here and farm up these ancients. I'll take control of this part of the map.
The thing is, OG are always going to be in vision control this game just because they have the Hawk from the Beastmaster. The Secret have to read this game really well, which they are doing so far. They're doing a good job, but, you know, they've got to keep it up the whole time because they don't have this kind of vision that OG have. Push is coming in bot lane again.
They want to finish what they started, OG. They're not afraid of going high ground, especially without that black hole. Yep, the Necro 3, all the creeps have been up. There's no catapults this time. They have a tornado, but look at them, they're just cleaning up these creeps. The global science being used, so they're jumping forwards. Who can they actually pick off, though? Lion held still. Thompson needs one more clip. We'll be able to get it off, but now Thompson is up with mid one on top of him, but mid one has to be careful. So damage coming in from both these rangers. The Enchantress and the Drow Ranger just going to work. He's had to pop the ulti really early as Jerax. He's just going bowling. Playing around on the high ground here. Mid one does bring himself up into the fight, but he is an absolute goner. Meanwhile, Finger comes out onto Jerax. He's absolutely fine, though. Meanwhile, Zai brought down inside the base. The Raw comes out and they jump forwards. They get the return kill onto Ana. Secret now on the aggressive, using these buybacks as best they can. Jerax, he's trying to get himself away. He's getting his mana sucked away by Puppy, but not quickly enough. Seb might be the one left behind. He has got a TP, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it here. Morphling closes the gap. Nisha on top of Seb right now, and it should be another successful high ground defense for Secret right now. There is no turnaround potential from OG, not without their Drow Ranger. They do manage to clear out. This time they're silenced away safely. Jerax, is he going to get out of this one? He's being chased, but he's got the jump up into the high ground. Puppy is chasing, but he's got no blink dagger, no mobility really at all, except for these the movement speed. So Jerax gets away. Thompson gets away and grabs himself some bounty runes as well. Zai is following, and he's going to realize this with the track on him. Thompson, you're in the wrong neighborhood, my friend, as the silence comes out. He's trying to fight up. Jarek's trying to help him out, but the damage is too severe. Thompson, he's going to get his onions chopped right there. Is Ana now trying to fight up here? Dodges out the impale nicely. Jarex is going hunting. He's looking in the trees for Zai, as Ana just getting the damage off, getting nice and close to Ana here, trying to stop that. Well, actually gives up to Thompson. Mid one just gets chopped down. Meanwhile, Zai hanging out around the back here. The side's just about misses somehow, but the proc chance comes in. Zai slowed down a little bit by those frost arrows. It's a long chase if they want to try and get it, and Zai actually just runs straight past them.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, a little bit too late on the dust there. Was it?
Just first time I've been able to say it, but Nisha is owning in these fights. Like,
yes,
both of them around the racks. Like, then they can't touch him, they can't finish him off. They get him close every single time, but he's using this Manta and the attribute shift and the purge from the morph really well. He's just about surviving all the time, and OG have to find a way to bring him down in the backline here. I'm not sure what that is at the moment. Maybe a blink on the Pango, possibly. Oh, Zai as well. Zai versus Jerax.
They're both gonna die, it looks like. Alright, well, that actually works out better for Jerax, and he just straight up buys back, because they're going to mid, and a buyback from Zai as well. This game is turned up to 100 right now. OG on the high ground, they'll take down the tier 3. Nisha looking for the Drow. Drow backs herself away, but the no form in. Nisha's on top of it. The Roar has to come out to save Ana. They're not the ideal usage of it right now, as No-Tail's kind of left behind, trying to fight up with Yapsor, but it's a useless fight, as Yapsor just gets as close as possible. Meanwhile, Zai tries to come in. Ana TP himself away. The adaptive strike is enough to catch him out. Nisha with the heads-up plays, and now looking towards Topson as well. Topson on the run. He uses the Atos. They've got the global silence, but he doesn't want to use it. Not for this, as in comes mid one to chop up the silencer, and Topson has made short work of a little bit jump onto the high ground there for Jerax. He's going to have to pop the ultimate to roll himself out of this one. He doesn't have a TP though, and they're going to know where he's going. He just wants to drag their attention away from this middle lane. Do not push us, is what the message seems to say. Now a 3k gold advantage for Secret. It's very, very small, but it's going to be enough for them to go to high ground right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, talk about a game turnaround in the space of about 5 minutes. This is so intense. I mean, all these track kills from Secret are adding up really quickly. The Jerax is getting chased by Zai again. It's the one-on-one.
We know how this one ended before. Might be the same thing again, as he's got another swashbuckle, but Zai's looking much scarier this time around. So he's up onto the high ground, TP out. Do we have a shot? Oh, it doesn't matter. He actually gets the silence, so he can't throw down the shuriken. Thanks very much, Icefrog.
They just take the racks. I mean, obviously, OG just weren't ready to defend, but I'm really surprised because Secret, it looks like they're not ready to defend their buildings in their base. Like, they lost their 2 tier 3s, but then all of a sudden, they just collapse on top of OG, and Nisha just commits every time now with the E-Blade. And there's a DD. So, thank you, Gaben.
DD Morphling. Never something you want to fight into, at least not willingly. OG's sticking around in this middle lane a little bit here. Seb has these necro creeps up, so wants to make some use of them. I don't really think you want to go in here. Where's Yapsor at, by the way? He's got the Helm of the Dominator and the Guardian's Greaves. It's no kind of initiation for him. He realizes that he's not really a black hole user this game, to be honest. Despite being on the Enigma, it's just not likely to be useful due to the silencer and the amount of silencers they have, the Roar as well. Both BKB penetrating.
Bot lane's pushing in for Secret at the moment, so OG might have to defend that at some point, but they have the
Secret actually re-smoke. They really want to make some usage out of this. They might find Jerax in the tree line here. Swashbuckle away, popping the Rolling Thunder just in time before the Adaptive Strike comes in and keeps him knocked down. So Jerax will just happily spin around inside his bowling ball right now. But the silence on to 2 from Nisha. And then the Adaptive Strike followed up by the... was that an Adaptive Strike or was that just an Ethereal Blade?
I think it was Adaptive, but it's really important that OG play around this vision here on the high ground. Like, the fights are really difficult for them already. If they don't have the vision advantage here that we talked about before with the Hawks, with the wards, it's really difficult for them to ever find their target.
Caught one set is definitely an option here, but the global silence comes out, but the BKB is popped from mid one as he just runs forwards into this fight. They can't do the damage to the Morphling because they need to run away from mid one. It's too much damage coming out from Ana with the 4-star. Mid one still chasing. He's got this BKB. He wants to try and get himself some kills while he runs himself in right now. Thompson is here, but it's Secret into the base. They eliminate Seb and Ana straight away, and Thompson now being jumped under the tier 4s as well. He can't survive. He's only in silencer. Another black hole comes out on 2. Yapsor just picks up the blink dagger and gets it onto both of them with an impale coming out. Secret are dismantling OG in next to their own ancient, and now they look towards the tier 4s. There's no buybacks left on OG. Could this game really be over already? I think it is. As GG and a call from No-Tail, and that's going to be the gravestone which puts an end to OG's try versus Secret in this best of 1 series. What a turnaround.
That was amazing. They were like 5k behind at 15 minutes. All of a sudden there's like a 20k net worth swing in the space of about 10 minutes this game, just because of the track goals from track kills, sorry, from Bounty Hunter. It just gives them